What's up, guys? In today's video, we're going to talk about why people fail at sales. So let's get started. So I've been in sales for the last 13 years and a half. I started around 2008, if I'm not mistaken, um, as a professional recruiter. And prior to that, I sell all kinds of things as a child, like basketball, playing cards, video games. I even draw. Um, I'll do the homeworks for my my friends. Translation, interpretation, you name it. The reason why people fail at sales is pretty simple. Is because they don't know how to communicate with the prospect. So let me give you an example. I was failing at this week. It was a mess for me because I was not good at communicating my message to the prospects. So I was calling people out and say, hey, I'm calling you from XYZ company. We can offer you recruiting and staffing services. And they were like, no, I'm not interested. But the reality is that they're not interested because I was so straightforward saying we sell X service without saying a reason why I'm calling and what's the value proposition of our service. Instead, what I did is I changed the whole thing and I said, hey, my name is Miguel with Bitfood. How are you? Um, One of our clients in XYZ city in Oregon laid off a couple of our employees. Um, and I was just calling to see if you may need some help with blue collar or with any labor jobs that you may have. We can partner up and that way we don't lose these two workers, and we can help you to fill your workforce. And the guy literally was like, oh yeah, sure, what type of positions um do you think you can help us to fill? And I was like, well, it really depends. We do all type of labor jobs and blue collar jobs and tech jobs. What do you have open? And he was like, well, we need some experts to work on the machinery that help in our factory. And I was like, deal. How would your agenda look like for a call? What would your agenda look like for a call next week? And he was like, but I can't make any promises. And I'm like, no, that's okay. I understand. I did my homework. I know you've been with the company 22 years because I did some advanced research on LinkedIn, thanks to my LinkedIn account that I've been paying for years. So I have access to that type of data. And I know you've been with the company for almost 23 years. I know you can take decisions, but I'm not asking you to take a decision in the first call. What's your email address? I already had his email address because I have a scrapping tool. So I already had his email address, and he is like, Steve at blah blah blah.com. And I'm like, okay, great. And how do and what day are you available next week? And he's like, I don't know. And I'm like, are you in front of your computer or do you have your cell phone with you or your calendar? And he's like, yeah, let's do it. So I have time Wednesday the 9 at certain time. And I'm like, okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you a call invite while I have you on the phone, and please confirm you get it. This is my email, Miguel at yada yada.com. And he's like, yeah, I got it. 5 minutes later, after we finished the call, the guy did his job, and I told him, look, just put my email in the search bar. It's going to bring you to my LinkedIn profile. And you can search all my work history, and you can know who I am, where I am from, and it's gonna make sense for you. And that's exactly what the guy did. So I changed the whole process because I was sending the wrong message, but I switched gears to send the correct message and build rapport and offering a value, because the guy asked, well, you're in Portland and you're in Bend and I'm in Eugene. Why should I hire you? You are 3 hours away from me, rather than hire somebody in Eugene, another staffing agency. And I'm like, I understand you, but we understand the Oregon market, being around for 7 years. I have personally 13 years of experience. My boss has 30 years of experience in the industry. He's the co-founder has 30 years of experience, and all of our recruiters has at least 10 years of experience. So combined, we have more than 50 years of experience. We are a recruiting machine because we have our process in place where we are very successful at it, and we keep our clients' staff at 90% every single week. So I brought all the values from our company, not only mentioning the years of experience, but mentioning as well what makes us different from the others, because most of the staffing agencies fail or lose contracts because they suck. They just send people and they don't see the qualifications, they don't see the job description, they don't see the requirements, they don't give a damn. They just send out people, and you know, that's what an average recruiter is gonna do. So if you're in recruiting, try not to be average, try to make the difference, and you'll be successful at it. Regardless of how many job orders you have, you can just have one job order that is gonna mean $100,000 fee for you, or you can have 100 times $1,000 each. So it's your choice. But at the end of the day, excuse me, do the job the best way you can, and you're gonna be successful at it. Otherwise, just don't do it. It's the same for solar sales, for merchant cash advance sales, for collection agents, you name it. If you want to be successful, you have to be able to engage with your prospect within the first 20 seconds. Because if you don't make a match with them, they're gonna hang up on you, or they're just gonna say, no, I'm not interested. Because they're gonna think about you're a one-man operation, and you're you're not well organized, you don't have an organization, you don't have a company, you're just a solo recruiter or a solo salesperson, and people like to see the formality of someone calling and saying everything they need to hear, or everything they want to hear to take a decision. So I'm gonna update you on what happened with this client, which is in Eugene, Oregon, next week. Hopefully, we close the deal. It's a manufacturing company. It's big, and I'm hoping to close that deal and start making some passive income weekly. So thank you so much for watching this video. I'm going to try to upload more videos next week. This week has been very busy as I'm getting to this new sales process, and I'm about to get the sales training from Jeremy Miner, who is a successful entrepreneur, but he's a psychologist, but use the neurologist and the persuasion and asking questions to be a better salesperson. I don't know how much it's gonna be, maybe 20K, maybe 10K. He says he has a lot of ways to charge. So I'm hoping that I can get trained and scale from my 50K salary to 150 within the first 12 months of the training, and then moving from 150 to 300K. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I'll see you on the next video next week. Take care. Goodbye, guys. See ya.